we're going to look at another die. We're going to move on with the techniques, but we're going to swap to a different die. So we're going to move on to working with a bow. So Nancy, I'm just going to pass you your bow. I'll be your helper and your cleaner-upper.
Thank you.
And thank you. This is a one-off, everybody. And the one thing before we move on, just going to show you is you can see the impression that actually was left by the shoe die cut, not the die, but the actual die cut. So interesting, isn't it, that even a piece of paper can make an impression.
Oh, all these lovely bows. So I've actually gone ahead and done a little bit of prep. Got a lot of pieces to cut. So I've got little different types of bows here. And I just wanted to show you that if you snip into your dies, that you're going to get different looks.
Right, okay.
So, for instance, I've got the little parcel die here. If I get my scissors... So it's really pretty, isn't it? It's really pretty. But how about if I start snipping in?
So what we're really saying here, Nancy, is when you get a die, cut it, and then start to look at what else you can do.
Absolutely. So, you know, even if it's just photocopy paper, if you want to. So now I've changed that from the parcel bow. So I've taken off those ribbon bands, and now I've got that there as a pretty bow. It looks really nice, doesn't it? But I could also snip away here as well. Okay, there we go. Just gently, you can take the tails off, and now you've got, it's almost like a little bow tie, isn't it? But it's really, really cute. Now, while we're there, you can then put this back, and you've got different little tails now. You see? Oops, you'd stick it. You wouldn't just hang it with your with your fingers. That's what you would do. But isn't that cute? That is a little something you can do with that. This one I like. This is the little shoestring bow, and what I'm going to do here is take off the little ribbon pieces here, snip that away, and do the same on that one. Take another one, do that there. And there, and I'm actually going to take off these pieces here, the little tails here, and that one.
And I can see there are little tiny lines just almost guiding your scissors, Nancy.
Exactly. So we take that one off as well, and let's take off the tails, because that actually looks really cute, doesn't it? It's really, really nice. So that's taking all your tails off, but let's take these extra tails off as well. Okay. And do you know what though? So many people send me emails to say, I've just seen something and I saw a flower or a butterfly in a die, and I think, well, where was that? But they do. It's lovely. So now if I keep going, I can make a really cute little flower. Yeah. Another one there, that would look really cute, wouldn't it?
And I'm just going to show you this, because this shows you what it looks like when you actually put two on top of each other. So without the snipping, you can see, doesn't that look fabulous? And that actually has got a little bit of embossing powder on the top of it. Really does bring it to life. Now, Nancy, I know you've got you've got a different bow here, and we're going to look at another one. We're going to talk about doing some colouring as well.
Yes, so I've got this one here, and I'm just going to move this out of the way just for a moment. There we go. So let's add some colour. And I must admit, I really like to use the dies with white card, and then I can then decide how I'm going to treat it. So how about colouring them up?
Right.
So straight away, I think, oh, I'd like, maybe I want oranges and gold. So your alcohol pens, and I normally go with the chisel because it gives you much, much quicker coverage. So look, there we go. And this is so...
What kind of cardstock are we working with?
I'm actually using pearl. I'm using Centura pearl.
Okay.
Pearl and alcohol pens work nicely together. Okay. But see how quickly you can change it. Okay. Maybe a little bit more going up. But if you use that chisel right over your dies, it works nicely. And then finally, a nice soft yellow at the end. But how's that? Isn't that cute?
Gosh, it looks lovely. Got intense colour around the knot.
And of course, you can do this with any of your pens. You know what you could do so much with this as well? I've even thought, because I've been watching some recently, is how about popping your dies into marbling?
Yes, that would look fabulous, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that look nice? Right, so that's that. If you want to do that and you want to get a bit of colour on it, but you don't want to colour it in, but you just need something, a little tip for you. Now I'm going to use where is it gone? I've put it somewhere safe. I'm going to use some spray. So give that a little bit of a shake. Always put it into either a cardboard box or something like that and keep it out of the way. Okay. Try not to
throw the top away.
throw the top away. Let's see if this works. That's it. That's all it needs. And then I'm taking this away.
So we're talking about any spray adhesive here,
Any
aren't
spray,
we?
you know,
A
whatever.
fine spray adhesive.
Right, okay, let's put that down. And then just cut around, trim around the edges. And this is, I always say this is matting your die onto cardstock. And you can also do a little bit of undercutting because you've got that extra piece there. It's almost like you don't have to be absolutely spot on.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and of course the other thing that you can do is paper piecing. Now paper piecing is a great way of actually adding colour, but also maybe just changing in this particular case, the bow, so that you want that white pearl, but maybe you want another colour as well. But you don't want it to be underneath. You want it to be the same height, and that's
so you don't want it all over the whole thing as well.
That's it. So that's paper piecing, and it's a real clever little tip. And I must admit, we've actually gone ahead and done most of it because it's this is one that you're going to enjoy and take some time. So I think you get what I'm trying to do here by cutting around, trim around the edges, nearly there, and then you've got this really lovely bow that's coloured with just a little bit of adhesive. There we go. And then we've got the paper piecing as well here. So I'll show you that. And that's that one.
Wow,
so
that
we've now got
fabulous.
Matting. You've got your alcohol pens. This one here. This one. This is the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, what you have here is a pink parcel bow.
Right.
So what you
So
do
it's
is
cut with pink card.
Yes, but we also cut a white Centura pearl parcel bow.
Okay.
And what we need are those little pieces. These are the fillers. It's like back filling.
So these are the waist.
This is the waist.
It's almost like doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Absolutely.
But how does it stick in the...
Right. Now, what you do is you're going to take tape, sticky tape. Okay.
Right, clear tape.
Just clear, regular tape, not double-sided.
It's on the back.
It's there.
You can see it there, look.
Now you're going to, on your pink die cut, you're going to put some regular tape, sticky tape on the back, so that on the front, it's still sticky. All these little bits here are still sticky.
Oh, yeah.
And then all you have to do is place with your pokey tool, because I don't think have I got time to do that cut?
Well, I think we can get that. We could do the
get
cuts.
the idea?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
no, let's do it. Let's do
get
the cuts.
parcel.
While you're doing that, Nancy, while you're just doing that cut, I'd like to just share this with you because we've seen Nancy cutting into the dies, and I think it makes it easier to understand what's happening with this card now. So if you look at the top there, that bow, if I took away all of the base, so I was just left with this top panel, you can see how that looks. And in fact, that edge has been taken away as well. So you're left literally with that top bow that creates this. When we come up to the one at the top, now, this is really interesting because I'm going to lift up the tails, and this is where Nancy was overlaying them. So you can see how each time you put them down and you go round and round, it was like the flower that she was creating with the little string bow. Lots of these together, the button covering up all the workings, and then the two little tails there, creating that rosette. But again, you've got that lovely texture, but also that softness with the light going through the design, which really makes a difference. Okay, so you've cut a parcel bow.
I've cut the parcel bow. So now what I need are the pieces to go in the front. So that's this piece here. So just using that pokey tool and turn it round, and all you do is just pop it straight in. That's
right,
all you have to do. So there's that other piece here. Now there it is. So just lift it, and then what you're going to do, oh no, that one's done. There we go, there it is that way. Turn it round, pop it in.
And how do you make sure it really stays in place?
Oh, well, what I do is use this, okay? And then just give that a little bit.
Tip.
So really handy idea using your pokey tool as well. And I've got one more piece to put in. This one. Oh, is that the right one?
Yeah,
No, that's the wrong one.
Isn't it?
No, I think it's the one on the other side. There we go.
I think it's a bit harder when half of it's done, isn't it?
It is,
you get into a routine, don't you? Yes. That's fabulous.
There we go.
That's lovely.
Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
And that's kind of gives you that a bit more texture, and it's always one where
It's more padded.
It looks padded, and that's right. And everyone looks at it and goes, "How did you do that?" Well, that's how you do it. And obviously, you're going to trim around where the clear tape has been.
And I know that you wanted to just share a tip on glittering. Can we just see how we glitter?
Okay. Yes.
Which one are we going to do?
Oh, which one? Do you know what? I like the lattice bow. I think that is a really nice one.
There's a lot of detail in that, isn't there?
There is, and there's quite a bit of cardstock on there. Right, so we're going to take
your glue station.
The glue station. Okay, put it in there, and I'm going to put it the right side up, which the other one that I didn't, to colour. That's it.
Oh, that's hardly any.
Well, I probably put a little bit too much on, to be perfectly honest.
You really don't need
You don't need
much.
a lot. You just need to cover it. Put that over there, and then glitter station. I haven't got a glitter station, but I do have a nice big pot of glitter. Now, how about if I just do this? I'm going to use my tweezers. There, pop it in, and that's it. Dunk it in.
Like biscuits in tea.
Yes, that's it. And
Is that bad manners?
What, to put your biscuits in some glitter?
Yeah, I know. It makes them crunchy.
But I want to share that. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Now, I get this question an awful lot. How do you glitter them? Or where did you buy the glitter card? Do you know, I think this is the quickest and easiest way
Make your own.
to do your glitter, do your die cut so that they glitter and sparkle.
Absolutely.
And it's really easy to use very small amount of spray adhesive and then dip it straight into your pot of glue.
Well, you can see as well how useful all your tools are, like your pokey tool, your tweezers, your scissors, and they become essentials when you're doing things like this, which are those special techniques. You're watching Craft Academy. We've got loads more for you, and we haven't finished with our lessons yet.